Hello, my sparkles of light. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my channel if you're new. So I am so excited about today's video. This book here, these are stories that no one's talking about. No one's really talking about these. There's so much other things going on in the world, yes, but if you've ever had any contact with any star beings, Reptilians, Pleiadians, the Greys, some of these stories may resonate with you. So, I'm going to share a story with you today. So, if you're interested in star beings who walk among us, then keep watching. True stories of star beings on Earth. We are among you already. I'm just gonna flip through here and pick one. So this one is called Bodhi. I remember coming from a higher place than Earth. A place of pure light energy. We range in color from a golden white light to a bluish flame. It depends on how evolved one's soul is and how high their frequency is. It was a planet of a higher dimensional world than Earth, but not the spirit world. I could not describe it or name it, but it is all pure energy of a higher dimension. It does not feel as populated as Earth. We are of a higher frequency there, and we fit into space differently because we are not in a 3D form. Higher energy takes less space. I know I am a light being. I am very familiar with that. When I was young, and still to this day, I would go outside at night and always be pulled to a certain area in the sky. I remember looking in this area and thinking, home. We don't have a monetary system or such physical things on our planet. We mostly deal with a deep love and well-being of each other. More energy and more love. We are able to transport ourselves like teleportation. You tune your energy to anywhere, and you are instantaneously there. We do have a light ship. It is more of an energy ship, and it is consciously alive. We usually use the ship when we travel as a group and to do our work as a community. We do projects aboard the ship together in benefit for all. I just gotta get a little more comfy. As far as ET, there is a new experience with the reptilian side, but I am uncertain. I know I am pure energy. I was told recently by a person who does interdimensional work that I am reptilian. There is a strong possibility that that is true for me. It was shocking at first to hear it. Now I am in the acceptance stage, and it clicks with me. I have even begun to see reptilians in my dreams. Most people feel reptilians are bad, and I would not want to be of that type. I know that reptilians are thirsty for blood, and I don't remember being thirsty for blood in any of my lives. I don't ever remember being of the negative energies in my lifetimes. The possibilities are there because of my affection towards the Renaissance period. Armor and chainmail. I have a definite connection to chainmail, and it might be because it is similar to scales. I am very texture oriented, so it may very well be because it reminds me of scales. It does not feel true to me that I am reptilian. In pictures I have seen of reptilian beings, I definitely am pulled to one of them. I am also pulled to the bigger head with the elongated black eyes. It is possible that my species are insectoid reptilian hybrid. Lately, in my dreams, I have been seeing reptilian beings and what they are about. I can feel that they have a strong presence, and I am to figure out why I am shown the things that I see. They are teaching me that there are good and bad reptilians. One example is, I am seeing in my dreams this group of people I know in my town. They approach me in their human form and then turn into their reptilian form, showing me who they really are. They shape-shift in front of me. This group knows that I have very strong energy, and they want part of it to feed off of it. They try hard and want to get me into their organization for this purpose. In my dreams, I was also being shown how destructive they are. My guides just tell me not to worry because nothing is going to happen to me. However, when they can't get to me, they attack other people I know. There are some people in that group that are reptilian. I lost my... There are some people in that group that are reptilian and don't know that they are. They are from a different source of reptilian, being controlled by the others in the group who know who they are. I remember as this light being coming to earth and picking a human family that would show me what unconditional love was all about. I grew up with that. I picked them because it was an easy ride for the missions that have been shown to me. I was in a form of light energy before I incarnated on earth, and I was told to come back here. But I am still not sure exactly what my mission is. I have a distinct memory of coming here to pick my family, but I cannot seem to put it into words and explain it. I came into the body at birth. I definitely came in as a baby, as a push-in, not an older human like a walk-in. I don't remember anything about being in the womb because my soul came in at birth. I can recall before actually incarnating on earth. I was flying over great distances, feeling the freedom one last time. I had one guide with me all the time. I don't remember who it is now, but the being was a higher source of light, higher frequency than mine. This one guide is with me always, although I have many guides. It is not a he, she thing. It is just a higher source. Some guides I have met were on this planet and have passed. I pull them in when I am meditating or helping people. I can feel their presence very strongly, and it is always from this higher light source. There is a sculpture my friend made of a blue Arcturian light being. I resonate with that being very much, and it is the most similar being I have seen to what my guides look like. I had different abilities as a child. I would have very vivid dreams about things. The veil was very thin for me as a kid. I could feel energy and know things were going to happen before they did. I can feel people's vibration and see their souls. As I started growing up and going to school, I knew I was different. I would sit on the street curb and have strong connections to UFOs. All of my book reports in school would be about UFOs, and I was always getting books about UFOs in the library. I tried my best to fit in and not to stand out in the crowd. I knew I was completely different from the beginning, and I wanted to fit in among them. By doing that, I took on their role and blocked the other parts of me out. The longer I did that, the more memory faded. I think that anyone who comes to Earth, gay or bisexual, does so for a strong reason. I believe it is because, as a being, they can feel both energies inside and are able to work with both sexes. I have the feeling of both sexes. I knew this at a young age, which compounded everything else that made me know I was different. So I just camouflaged into the human race, and I went along with it every day until something would push my buttons, and I knew there were others like me. I am not the only one out there. There are friends I have now that, when I first met them, we clicked instantly. These friends would have information that I needed, and I was hungry for it. The more information I received from my friends, the more information I realized I had inside of me. It brings it out. Now I am meeting more people like myself. I see that in my self-searching, I have to go deep inside and peel the layers off. And it all unfolds. Every day now is a discovery. It all goes back to the source of higher frequency. I have the feeling that my species does not come and work with me. I came here, and they want me to be here. I know they will come in my dream state. To help me out. To heal me if I need it. And if it helps my mission here. I remember getting steroids from the hospital one day. I was supposed to take it for 4 days, and the quick care doctor left me on it for 27 days, which started attacking my liver. It almost killed me, and I was off work for a month and a half. Next thing I know, I had this very vivid dream about being in a blue light. It felt like jelly of thick blue water. I felt the warmth of the light and being in this jelly. I was soaking in it, and there was no fear. I remember being told, "It is going to be okay." When I woke from this dream, my body felt better than normal. I went to the doctor, and she said that everything had been turned around. My liver was healthy again. My doctor also said to me that 50% of people who suffer this attack on the liver die. I used to be a doctor on a plasma energy ship when Jesus was brought on board after crucifixion. We transported Jesus up through a beam of frequency energy. It was my job to take care of Jesus' energy form, his soul. I healed him from everything that the humans put him through on earth. I was the same species then that I am a hybrid of now. My feelings were that we rescued Jesus from the infamous Illuminati. Jesus is a different species than ours. He is Pleiadian. And it may have been that the Pleiadians did not have the ability to heal Jesus at that time, like our species could. Wow. Really interesting. I have gifts I can now use. People are just brought to me, and all I do is listen. I tune into the energies being sent to me, and I will know how I can help. One gift is to help people who seem to be in the dark. I tap back into these gifts that I had as a child and I am more understanding of these gifts. I am not afraid of them now. I know they were given to me for a reason and for my purpose here. My gifts started coming back for me when I left the big city. There were way too many people there for me. I was on a path of destruction there, and my guides would not let that happen. Now I am in a small town again, and things are starting to unfold as before. I can tell when I touch someone or shake their hand if they are in a dark place. I know how to get them out of it through energy work. I am now realizing that my gifts were shown in my past dreams. I am learning not to be afraid of what I see. My grandmother was very spiritual, and we communicated telepathically. When she died, she came to me in the same light energy of my species before I came to Earth. I believe that my grandmother was a connection for me, that we came together from our home world. I believe there are a handful or more of beings from my planet here on Earth with me now. I'm finding more people like myself the more I awaken. I know that I am not the only being here from outside of Earth. We are here for a mission and to help each other with this mission. We all have a higher mission together, and that is to heal the planet Earth. I feel that when we all go back home, we will have evolved to the next level by growing here on Earth. We will be able to possibly go to a different planet or higher dimension. I will be complete with my mission on Earth after this life. When I was in high school, it seemed that everyone knew what they wanted to do except me. Back then, I thought of ways to escape this life. I was sent to go talk to a girlfriend. When I did, she pulled up her shirt to reveal a long, ugly scar across her chest. She told me, "Whatever you are thinking about doing, it is not worth it." One time, I totaled my car. I fell asleep at the wheel, and then I felt my wheels hit something concrete, which tore the wheels right off my car. Next, I remember the car being engulfed in white light. I was told to close my eyes, take a deep breath, and let go of the steering wheel. So I did. The car was so bright, I could see a quarter laying on the passenger floor mat. I thought to myself, there's a quarter. I felt a heavy presence above me. I believe it was a ship. I totaled the car, but I had no injury to myself. This type of event has occurred several times. I would almost be in an accident, and then something would take over and everything would be fine. I would hear a voice guide me and tell me what to do. At another time, I was driving, and the next thing I knew, I woke up sensing a presence in the car. I felt a squeeze on my shoulder and heard, "Wake up." I woke up and was driving on the median. I stopped the car and got out for a bit before driving further. I know they are taking care of me. One time I picked up a hitchhiker. We would talk about really weird stuff. I would look back in my rearview mirror and he was gone. I felt like it was my being's way of downloading information for me, of keeping me on my path. I had no fear. I was actually comfortable during this time. I knew it would happen this way. It happened a lot. I would see the hitchhiker. I would pick him up. I would be downloaded, and he would be gone. Nowadays, I have a fear about picking up strangers, and I don't do it, even when I see him. I am an empath, and I can also help people cross over. I can see how the energy just leaves the body and goes into a different dimension, either to your home planet or to where you want to be. Death is not a bad thing at all. It is a gift, actually. I can see the spirit leave the body. It is a soul body, soul energy. They come in different shapes and colors. One's mission relates to the color of their frequency and their soul's evolution. Once my mission is complete, my frequency and color will change slightly. My parents knew unconditional love, and I needed that for my mission. I came back to Earth as a light being to help people, to prepare people. As the light being, I knew more of what my mission is. I wanted to compare the unconditional love from an Earth being to what I knew as an ET. I used to think I was the only one here, and that discouraged me. Thinking I had to do this big mission by myself, because Earth is way overpopulated, and there are all these humans in my way. Then it clicked that I am not the only one here. I know when it is time for everything to unfold, my guides will be the ones who show me what it is all about. They hold the key to my mission. I can see sparks of light, as I am seeing now very strongly. When that happens, I know I am on the right path. My knowledge of my mission is still unfolding. But I really feel it is to bring in higher vibration to Earth, to help bring people to a higher consciousness, while at the same time to be aware of my own higher self. I have memories of coming into this life, but I also have memories of having been here before. I remember as the light being, knowing that I had to come back here because my mission was not yet done. Another purpose of my mission is to help save people of higher frequencies, to make them aware of what is happening here on Earth, to help these people awaken to their higher selves. When I was in high school, I had a friend who died of cancer, and I happened to be with her, holding her hand as she died. This also happened with my partner, my father, my mother, and currently a friend. I have since realized that this is part of my mission as well, to help others cross their boundary and go back to their energy source. I look at death in a totally different way than most people do. I know that after death, I will be where home is for me. Earth is not home for me. I feel that I am just renting an apartment here. Temporary duty assignment, Earth. I am helping a friend to cross as we speak. I am helping him release the fear, clearing his head and putting his karmic debt away. I am telling him that his mission on Earth is done, and that staying here in his physical body is not serving any purpose. I am trying to help him leave the shell of the human body, but only he can do that for himself. I am there to help show him that home is waiting on the other side. I know that I work with the higher beings and not with every human. I think of a lot of humans are here to diffuse the energies that help people awaken. The more lesser frequency humans on the planet, the more the Illuminati will win over Earth. They are keeping people from their awakening. The Illuminati want us to be numb and in the dark. We really have to awaken and become aware of this game and maneuver through it. I feel a lot of beings here are just like cattle and are in the way. Even the medical community is involved with this. They want to numb society. So they give people all types of drugs to keep them blind. I even fell victim to that myself. It didn't take me long to realize that I needed to get off the medicine, drugs, and I immediately began to get clear again. There are mind control frequency towers everywhere. It all deals with energy, and this is how they control people. I received help from a friend who has a neurofeedback machine. Work on this device helped me plug the circuits of my brain back together. Now all of the pistons are firing again. There is also a biofeedback machine another friend of mine uses. They can even use this machine remotely. Suddenly, I will get a warm feeling and feel as though I stuck my finger in a socket. I called up my friend and asked him if he was working on me. And he confirmed that he was. It was a very strong energy, and it makes me more in tune. It takes off the blinders, and information starts to unfold again, to awaken. There are some people I am really pulled to, and I see that there are other people who are just pawns in a chess game. I also work with the frequency of crystals and stones. I feel connected to these, possibly from the time I was aboard the ship, when I was responsible for healing the soul of Jesus. Now I understand the power of these tools, and I am helping others to use them as well. Crystal energy, sage, and incense are all powerful tools. This all relates to magic. Crystals have a high frequency, and it makes sense when you think about how clear they are compared to the elements of earth in which they are formed. Crystals actually speak to me, and every day I am directed by these energies and frequencies of life. I was awakened to this side of me, knowing that I was connected to energy more than normal. When my partner was dying, his mom called me and told me he would be out of the hospital in a few days. He was in a hospital clear across town, and it was a lot of driving to go see him after a long day at work. I told him I would drive out to see him the next day. I called him the next day, and I was thinking how selfish I was, making excuses not to drive out to see him, knowing he was going to be released that day. Over the phone, he told me he was actually lonely and wanted me to come out. Immediately, I got in the car and wanted to be there with him. When I got to the hospital, I felt this heavy energy around me. I felt these arms go around me and weighted me down. I wasn't sure what was going on. It wasn't a dark energy, just heavy. When I got to his room, the entire room was stripped. I went to the nurse's station, and they told me that he was in intensive care. I asked when that happened because I had just talked to him a few minutes ago on the phone. The nurse told me that that was impossible. I even showed the nurse my cell phone where it showed that I called him and spoke for 26 minutes on the drive over. I went to intensive care, and I saw him lying there with his head facing the other direction. I noticed a tube connected to his mouth and running to a machine. There was no phone in the room, so he could not have talked to me. Then someone came in and told me that they had moved him into here at 3 p.m. and it was now 7:30 p.m. Later on, when he passed, I could feel his energy move right through me. Not long after that, my dad died, and it started to click with me that I was awakening to my inner self and my energy work. I started to journal, and a load of memories just started pouring into me. I was gaining so much knowledge. Another part of my awakening was that no matter what I did, I could not check out of this lifetime. Even after my partner died, I became destructive, and it had no effect on me. So eventually I quit. Now my third eye is very clear. They will not allow me to numb myself. I have to accept that I am here on a mission, and it must be of great importance. I have learned that I have to take care of myself and be good to myself because I am here for a reason. I had a landlord who was a national security, CIA or Secret Service of some sort. He shared some information with me during this time when he was my landlord. He handed a book to me one day that he had written. It disclosed an entire year of his life working in the Secret Service undercover. The book sat around in my house for a while. Every time I thought about reading it, something would come up and I would be distracted from doing so. One day, I flipped through it and thought that maybe I shouldn't be reading this. I didn't think that this kind of information should be out in the public. Later on, one day at work, I could see this black SUV driving up and down the street. Suddenly, this man appeared in the office. I didn't even hear the doorbell that sounds off when someone comes in. This man was dressed in all black, including sunglasses. Out front, I could see the black SUV. I remembered going up to this man to say hello. The next thing I remember, it was 3 or 4 hours later, and I was sitting in a chair in the office by myself. The last thing I remembered was the man in black. A few days after that, I noticed that someone had tried to break into my house. My guides told me to get rid of the book, so I listened. The MIB guy did not seem human to me. His presence was of a dark energy. It was something that I had never come across before. It was an energy not of this world. He did not say anything to me verbally, but I believe he spoke to me on a different level. The MIB had such a power that he was capable of taking 3 or 4 hours of my time away from me. It was a very vulnerable feeling having this done to me. Even though I have powerful energy myself, I don't know what happened to me, where I went, or what they did. In a dream one night, I was told if you really study insects, especially the ants, you will notice the changes of Earth as things are changing and the speed in which they are changing. Watch the animals, they say. When the shift is actually here, it will happen in a few days. Those that are awakened will know their mission, do their mission, and go on. I believe this is occurring now. And will happen very soon. I have a sense of urgency about teaching people to remain calm about these changes instead of fearing things to come. I wish to help them to accept the changes and allow them to occur. I am spiritual, not religious. Spirituality has nothing to do with religion. I think religion is another confusion to keep humans trapped. It is like the fuel they feed off of to stay numb. I don't understand why people think they have to go to church every Sunday to feel like a better human being and then leave church not practicing what they are taught. We are all spiritual beings. It shouldn't matter what is on the outside, only the inside. We should all be treated the same, no matter what. Spirituality comes from pure love and pure energy. Being true to yourself and loving yourself. I think people beat themselves up so much. It is hard to be free in this body. I think if we all love each other, try to do the right thing, and know the difference, then we can become higher beings on a higher plane. I don't believe in a God. That is a strong word to put on something. I do believe in Source. Jesus, to me, is a title for a different source. I don't worship anything or anyone. When you worship something other than yourself, you take your self-worth away. I believe we are all God. We are all creators. We are all equal. Worshipping a God is just another way of keeping your mind numb. It cripples you by putting you below someone else. All right, so that completes the story of Bodhi. I'll just show you guys really quick the picture of the blue Arcturian. That was a lot that was said, right? It's super late. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. However, if you did enjoy this reading and you'd like to hear other stories that are in here, there's like so many. And you can learn something and gain some insight about the star beings who walk among us. So I want to hear your thoughts and opinions about what you've just heard, and leave them down in the comment section so we can chat about it. This is a beauty, lifestyle, metaphysics channel, so I'm trying to give you a little bit of mix of some metaphysical and some beauty and some lifestyle things. So let me know what type of videos you'd like to see from me. Leave those down in the comment section also. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything I upload. And consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Stay meditated. I will see you soon. Bye. I love you guys so much.